Hey fellas, how you doing? It's Johnny. Don't really even know where to start with this video. It's quite a difficult video to make, this one. This one is personal. Give me a few seconds. I'd just like to start off by saying I don't have to make this video. I'm not after likes and subscribers. I think you guys probably figured out if you've been following my channel. My videos have been getting half the amount of views they used to, and I think my traffic rate on my YouTube channel is starting to drop. My subscribers has been mediocre, and my YouTube channel's not as popular as it used to be. And I'm not a dating coach anymore. I'm certainly not good with women anymore. I'm not good in the context of I don't go out and I don't lie anymore. I don't use tricks to sleep with women or seduction tricks. I'm not worried about anyone else who does it, but I'm definitely nothing close to being a good seducer of women. I'm actually a really bad seducer. I'm not good with women. I'm quite good with myself though, and that's the most important thing. And I've got the truth. I've got the truth for me. I've got my own, what I was looking for a long time. 30 years. 30 years is probably an exaggeration because I won't include when I was born. 15 years, from the age 15. And I'm very happy. I know you can't tell because I don't smile much. My mum used to say it. Everyone says it. They still say it. I've got a very serious face. This is me being myself. There's a time and a place to laugh and smile. I'm just gonna get a seat. Oh, isn't that great? There's a seat over there. So I'm making this video because I feel guilty if I don't make this video. Let's say it's the Christian side of me, or it's the good side of me. Let's also say, let's be really brutally honest, let's say it's a little bit of selfish side of me as well that enjoys helping people and feels good because it makes me feel good. So I suppose I get something out of it. Let's say I'm bringing forward everything. Let's say all my dishonesty in the past, 15 years of dishonesty. All my violence, guys, all my violence of beating people up when people provoked me. Most of it could have been avoided, but I was just too frightened and too insecure. Let's bring forward more. Let's bring forward all the manipulation I was doing, manipulating people because I thought, well, I didn't thought, I felt, because you think but feeling. I thought I'm not good enough because my dad doesn't like me. I thought my dad hates me. Sometimes I thought my family hated me. I got all these horrible voices saying, you know, oh, don't be a victim and all this. So it made me aggressive, it made me violent. I was a danger to society. You definitely wouldn't have wanted to be around me back then. And I was frightened of myself. So the social anxiety, I was afraid of people, but I was more afraid of myself because I knew how bad my temper was, and I knew my way of dealing with insecurity was by lashing out. And I hated depression. I had because of how I was brought up, it wasn't honourable to be vulnerable. I can't really explain it. You know, there's certain things that you live by and you feel that's right or wrong. So I spent most of my life in silence. I'd sit at home some days and think, I can't stand this no more. It's too painful. I want to be dead. I didn't even trust a psychologist. There's no way you could have got me to see a psychologist, because that would have, in my own mind back then, that would have made me feel worse. I'm certainly not going to go and get help from men, because at the time I never trusted men, but then I didn't trust women as well. And then I started to think clearer, and I thought, I don't trust my own mum. God, it's heartbreaking. I love my mum, and I love my dad, but I don't trust him. I don't trust anyone, not a single person. I don't even trust God. And I'm chopping and changing from one day to the next. One day I believe in Jesus Christ, the next day I don't believe in him. Another day I want to believe in Buddha, then I don't believe in Buddha. I'm just trying to get help somewhere. Something just came to me now. When I was younger, there was my escapism was music. I escaped the pain of my social anxiety by listening to music, lots of rap music, Tupac. I really related to Tupac because I connected with that feeling of aggression, feeling misunderstood. I'm sure he felt people were racist towards him. He had, lots of politics involved. That's how I felt. I felt people were racist towards me. Sounds mental to say that, but that's how I felt. And I didn't like the feeling of 1 minute feeling like I can trust my friends and next minute feeling like I can't trust them. I hated that contradiction. In and out of safety. I wanted to feel safe. I wanted to be able to talk to people without shaking. And I wanted to be able to speak to people without keep going into my head and keep being pulled out of the present moment, or just being pulled out of feeling safe. I wanted to feel safe in my own body. So I was trapped. Scared of being around people, intimidated, feel paranoid, and feel exactly the same by myself in a room. So I couldn't get away from this. I couldn't get away from this monster. I was always thinking about how my dad treated me. I couldn't get away from it. I was like, shall I tell him, shall I not? How would he take it? What would he do? Maybe he's going to kill me. Maybe he's going to start laying into me, because he did it when I was younger. And then I remember thinking he can't do that to me because I'm the same size as him. I'm just as strong, but I don't want to fight with my dad. I know in the long run that's going to make me feel awful. But in my mind I was thinking, this motherfucker ruined my life. This motherfucker who is my dad ruined my life. He destroyed me, he smashed my confidence. He called me a cunt all the time, whenever he felt like it. Looked at me like I was a piece of shit. The amount of hate I seen in his eyes. Intimidated me with his body language, knew I was afraid. From my own perception, he enjoyed it. He enjoyed controlling me and making me frightened. Because he was scared, he was a bully. And some days he wasn't. He was a completely different person. He was a very nice man. So my relationships were governed by the relationship with my father and my mum. Didn't like people staring at me. I hated people staring at me. I couldn't stand it. It made me feel, I felt like I was being raped. I felt like I was being invaded. It was so personal. And it gave me a lot of anger. And I knew that books wouldn't help. And I know that you guys know the same with you girls. I knew that books wouldn't help for childhood trauma and social phobia. How is a book going to teach a man or a woman how to fix a broken heart? How is a book going to make you trust yourself? How is a book going to make you forgive your dad or your mum or the person who abused you? So of course when I went into school, I've said this before, all the anger that I had for my dad I took out on other people. Well, when people bullied me, that was my chance. And I enjoyed it at the time. That's the truth. It's not comfortable, but that was the truth at the time. I didn't enjoy people bullying me. It made me feel sick. But people that were, that were capable of bullying me, I enjoyed it because it was my chance to let rip, let all my pain out that my dad put on me, and every single bit of fear and anger and that feeling that I've been so unfairly treated. How could God let this happen to me? How could my mum let my dad do this to me? How could my dad do this to his son? How could he treat his son like his worst enemy when I was kind to him? He treated me like this even when I was kind to him. So you can start hearing the victimization that built up. So when you're at this point, you say, I'm not letting people see me like this. I'm not letting people see me damaged. I'm not going to tell them that I don't trust my own family. I'm not going to betray my dad, because of course you don't want to betray someone that hurts you, because it's your family. Without your family, who are you? You're abandoned. No one loves you. You know all this, so you can't get this in a book. A counsellor doesn't understand you, not unless he's been through your pain. How could a counsellor understand my pain? Could a counsellor teach me how to overcome hate, racism, fear, paranoia, jealousy, multiple personalities? Can a counsellor teach me that? Can talk about it, can break down the psychology, can say this happened to you because your father did this, you've taken on these beliefs, it's developed some kind of psychosis or paranoia, but that's just intellectual. Because most counsellors forget one thing. They go to university, they go to college, and they study psychology and they practice it on their patients, but they miss one thing. Or maybe they don't take it serious enough. They don't do enough research about love. So you can read a book on love. Oh, that's wonderful, it's beautiful. Someone like a really good poet, Rumi. Rumi's got some poems that are absolutely beautiful. Even Jesus talks, there's certain quotes in the Bible, all of the teachers, even Prophet Muhammad, even if you went back to Greek mythology, you can go into all different places in history and they talk about love. But it won't change this initially. I know that you know what I'm saying. But this may be too difficult for you to handle. How can you face your dad? How can you face your dad or your mum, person who brought you into the world, and say, I'm afraid of you, I don't trust you. You were meant to look after me, you were meant to protect me. You terrified me. Now you're sending me out into the world and I can't trust anyone. I can't even trust my own people or my own race. It makes no difference to me if they're white or if they're black or if they're Indian or if they're Arabic or if they're Brazilian. It makes no difference. Anything with a pulse that's breathing and a conscious mind, I don't trust it. Because my trust was damaged by you. You damaged my trust. I don't feel loved because you told me I'm no good. Even when you say you love me, I don't believe you. Even when you say well done, I'm not sure, I doubt it. Because I'm not sure, I'm looking at your eyes and I can't tell if you're telling the truth. And you know what's another thing that's true? I'm scared of receiving your love if you take it away from me, because you've done that already. So you've made me not just terrified of not being loved, you've absolutely made me petrified of love. I'm scared of love. I'm terrified of love. I'm scared of God. I'm scared of sex. I'm scared of social intimacy. I'm scared of social gatherings. I'm scared of public speaking. I'm scared of being seen in public. I'm embarrassed. I'm terrified. I'm humiliated. I want to die. I want to be dead. But I'm afraid of death. I'm afraid to kill myself. Because I don't want to be weak. I don't want to bring pain onto you. But I'm struggling to love myself. I'm struggling every day. I'm struggling every minute. This story's destroying me. You've destroyed me. You've hurt me. Why did you do this to me? Don't tell me you're sorry. Tell me that you understand. Tell me it's your fault. Take responsibility. You know I'm not comfortable. You know I'm not comfortable, Dad. You know I'm not comfortable, Mum. You know I'm not comfortable, brother, sister, auntie. You all know I'm not comfortable. And you pretend that you don't know, but you can see I'm socially awkward. You can see I'm frightened. You can see I can't hold eye contact. You can see I'm panicking. You can see my hands shake. You can hear it in my tonality. I'm terrified, I'm frightened, I want to die, I don't want to be here. I'm scared of people, I'm embarrassed, I'm humiliated. I'm scared to make money. I don't feel I'm good enough to make money, because if I've got to make money, I've got to face people. I can't be around people. I'm the only one who's going through this. There's no one else like me. I'm the only one in the world. I can't talk to men about it because men will laugh at me, then I'll lose my temper and I want to be violent with them and I don't want to hurt them. For their own sake, I've got to stay away from them. I've got to stay in my house. Please help me, God, please help me. I don't even believe in you, but please help me if you're there. Any God, Muhammad, Jesus, any of you, please come forward and help me. This is what I said. This is the prayer I said at 25. Ah, the relief. Just to say that, just to get the truth out, just to be honest. It's free, it doesn't cost any money. No one can stop you. Just say that, just be honest, just tell the truth, tell it to yourself. Go in the mirror, look in the mirror. Start building up your integrity. Don't deny it, don't try and not look at it. People are taking advantage of you. It's because you're allowing them to take advantage. You're also taking advantage of people. Because to let someone take advantage of you, you'd have to take advantage of them. You're scared to say no. You're scared to say no because you think you'd be by yourself. You don't want to revisit those feelings that your dad made you feel, or your mum, or your sister, or your brother, or the bullies at school. So the story is getting played out. It's getting played out like a theatrical play, like a West End play or wherever. An American play. You're seeing it everywhere. The trauma's created a story. All these voices, these horrible demonic bullying voices in your head, that's not who you are. You're not weak. Everyone's scared. Everyone's scared. The people that have what you don't think you possess, they're scared. They're just better at managing their fear. Honesty is the answer. It's simple, it's easy. But it's not easy as well, it's terrifying, it's difficult. You've got to face those feelings. I didn't enjoy alcohol. Maybe you're the same, maybe you're different. I drank alcohol to hide my social awkwardness. I didn't know what to say in the conversation. How do I start a conversation? I'm embarrassed. What word do I pick? It might not be good enough. What if I lose my temper and frighten the person? For most of my life growing up, people were frightened of me. They were uncomfortable around me. I was projecting how I felt. But luckily there were a few nice people along the way, but they made me uncomfortable. I was frightened of honest people. So I hid for years. I'll tell you why I hid in violence. Let me get all my rage out, let me start knocking men out. Let me obliterate them, let me smash them to pieces, because that's how I feel, how my father's treated me. And the bullies at school, I got bullied everywhere by men, and women as well. Women bullied me. I'm going to make people pay for how I suffered. Then they're going to really understand what it's like to go through hell every day and to feel not good enough and to feel hate and anxiety, to be scared all the time and to feel sick and to have diarrhea and to have panic attacks and to have paranoia and to feel so exhausted because you just can't relax anywhere. There's nowhere safe. You could travel the whole world and it will follow you. The only thing to stop it and get some relief is addictions. Drugs, cocaine, cannabis, marijuana, comfort eating, junk food, burgers, hamburgers, chips, chicken, chocolates, negative conversations, acting, laughter. You hide. The old saying, when we were kids, you can run but you can't hide. You can only suffer in dishonesty. So you've got to make more mistakes. God allows for mistakes. So you go out there, you follow what everyone else is doing, or what the majority of people are doing in your social circle, then desperate need to be liked and to be loved because you're not good enough. Let's wear nice designer clothes. If we wear nice clothes, people will find us more attractive. It's bullshit. No, they won't. It's just an illusion. You don't need it. But you play that game. If you're a guy watching this video, I need to have sex with lots of women, because sex is a cheap attempt at love. Sex is great. We all enjoy sex. We wouldn't be without sex, obviously, to state the obvious. But there's a difference between sex and love, making love, and just shagging, or, you know, just casual sex, or paying for prostitutes. That's a cover-up for your trauma from the abuse, the relief. After relief always comes more pain. Dishonest relief, that is. So you cheat for a while to get control, because you think, if I don't cheat, women wouldn't like me, or men, or if you're a woman watching this, guys won't like me as I am, because my true self is all damaged and vulnerable and nervous and awkward and shy and timid. They wouldn't like that side. What if I was to tell you they would? What if I was to tell you that's the beautiful side, that's the honest, that's the congruent side, that's the side that can make money, make honest money, that's the side that can build friendships, that's the side that can write books, that's the side that can just be happy, just can laugh, can smile, that's the side that can be good in conversations, that's the side that maybe be a world champion boxer or a world champion MMA fighter. Does it, whatever it is. So that's actually the side that can, yeah, that's the side that can heal a relationship with your dad or your mum. The authentic self is untouchable. The authentic self is all loving. The authentic self is flawed to pieces. It's vulnerable. It's imperfect. That's why it's beautiful. But it's honest. It can't survive in dishonesty. It takes a lot of courage though to show the authentic self and to start building self-esteem from the authentic self. So your addictions are dishonesty. It doesn't matter that it's alcohol. Addictions could be anything. You could use spirituality as an addiction. If you're using it for, you know, with the wrong motives and intentions and integrity, it will do the opposite. It will harm you. So your honesty is going to be slightly different to mine, but it's all the same truth. So my truth was, I was looking for love and I couldn't get it from my mum or my dad, and when people tried to offer it to me, I refused it because I didn't trust it. I was frightened of being hurt. I had to learn, I had to learn to love myself. I had to do that by having massive courage, really being a man, taking responsibility, and gradually changing my whole life, changing my ways. I had to do this gradually because my body wouldn't be able to cope. But I made 1,000 mistakes. I had to become a kid again in a man's body. I had to do it backwards. So you know, for most of us insecure men, I'm not an insecure man anymore, but I used to be. Let's just say, for example, because I'm from the council estate, I'm a street kid. I'm all these things. I'm a businessman, I'm a street kid, I'm an artist, I'm a teacher. We, for us street guys from council estates, we go through a phase where we get our confidence from being violent and intimidating people. We get a little bit of confidence. We actually use violence to attract women. We do get the result, because I got it. I shagged lots of different women. And I made it globally known. I made everyone around the world, even people in America that knew about Johnny Berber. People in Dubai, people in Arabic countries, the whole world knew what I did. So the whole world knew about my dishonesty and my lies. Even some people thought it was fine. Some people said, no, it's fine what you're doing. different worldviews, different viewpoints, that's fine. But that wasn't honest for me. The intentions weren't right. So I had to have the confidence to stop being violent in order to build friendships. I remember Bruce Lee saying, the art of fighting without fighting. Of course I understand that. When you fight so much, and I've had loads of fights. I'm not saying I'm a top martial artist, I'm not, but I don't need to be a top martial artist. I had loads of street fights, I battered people, and I had people batter me. And my dad can testify to that. I don't even need to justify it, because I did it. And it taught me that it doesn't help, it made it worse. And I've done the opposite. I got to a stage where I had to get confident being vulnerable and letting my guard down, taking my mask off, and I had to get experience in life to show that nothing would happen, and nothing did happen. Actually, all the violence stopped. I had to do the same principle of women. I had to stop manipulating women and having sex with different women to prove that women would still find me attractive, just as I am, just being myself, the guy who's talking to you now. And it took me a long time. It was actually harder, it was easier to stop the violence, because the sex of women tamed me. That kind of made me less violent. So I had to rebuild trust with men, which I did by starting to teach men and forgiving my dad and talking to my dad. I was swinging out videos, but I had to also rebuild trust with my mum, because I started to get doubts. I don't even know if I trust my mum. I don't even know if my mum I actually don't know if my mum loves me, because when I change, will she still love me? Because I'll be different to the way she remembers her son, because I was hiding from my mum, because I thought it would hurt my mum. I thought it'd hurt my dad and family, because they wouldn't be able to deal with me being so confident. I'm guessing, I'm feeling that might be the case for you. I thought my friends won't be able to handle me this honest, not even confident, just this honest. Because all the little things that I used to pass, all the skullduggery and the lies and the manipulation, it won't be able to pass on me. It's not me stopping people from living, but it just won't work. And there's no honour amongst thieves. There's no honour amongst thieves. And I used to be a thief. I'm not a thief no longer. So I had to stop stealing little mundane things in anything. Even if someone drops money on the floor, not thinking, oh, it's just 20 quid and they didn't see it, I'll put it in my pocket. That had to stop, all of that. Or pinching chocolate bars from the shop. It sounds petty, but it is stealing. And it does come from a bad place. It does come from a place of low self-esteem and lack, and a belief you're not good enough. So people only steal because they believe that they can't get it or earn it. So that same principle for stealing chocolates from the shop is stealing love. You can't steal love. I've tried it. I tried to steal love. Whatever you try and do to others, it comes back. So you can't steal love. Some people will allow you to steal love from them because they're vulnerable, they're damaged. Women, men, it's just human beings. It doesn't make it right. So we give up everything. We lose everything. Been teaching this week. I gave up everything. Are you willing to give up everything to get everything? Are you willing to stop drinking alcohol if it's making you cheat? Are you willing to stop lying and stop speaking about people behind their back? Stop watching pornography. Stop the addictions. Stop living a lie. Take your mask off. Do it gradually. Practice it. I'm sitting out in a park. I'm by myself. There's no one even around now. So we don't need people around us to practice being honest. I'm living my honesty now. Go in the mirror now. I'll show you something that I learned. No one taught me this. This is intuitive, common sense. Whether you're a girl or you're a guy, go in the mirror. Do me a favor, go in the mirror right now. Be brave. Look at your face in the mirror, like I'm doing now, because on this camera I can see my whole face. Look at your eyes, and you'll see everything you need to know. Every bit of knowledge you need. Everywhere where you're going wrong, you'll see it. When I was dishonest and ashamed, I couldn't look at my own face and I couldn't look at my own reflection. Now I can look straight into the camera, into my eyes. I know this is, I don't want to get weird, and I can just see how honest I am, how congruent, how normal, how human, how much self-respect I've got and love for myself.